Excellent.
Just invented the macabre in rock and roll and the goth.
He's the father of all these bands. There wouldn't be Marilyn Manson. There wouldn't be any of these groups without Alice Cooper. He was the first guy who made rock and roll theatrical. He put on the costume, the makeup, the show.
He called it the National Enquirer of rock and roll. That's what he wanted to be.
What about Bowie, though? Maybe he started the glam thing.
Yeah, Bowie's the glam kind of deal.
This was more androgynous. I mean, Alice Cooper was more vicious, probably, I would say.
I think Alice Cooper's more props.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bowie's more sexuality.
Yeah, I like Bowie.
Marissa, what's your third choice?
Okay, well, mine kind of is an obvious thing, but just because of their title, I figured that's a good reason to pick them, NWA.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice.
They're violent, they're real angry on stage, you know, the whole thing, and, you know, the kids get into it, and I'm thinking the parents are just like,
John, what is your second choice?
Number 2 for me, I picked a first that is, you know, at least the first I've heard in Stryper.
Okay.
Now, the thing that drives me nuts about these guys, gospel music served a purpose. It still does. It galvanizes communities together. But this Christian heavy metal is this bastardized, you know, gimmick of singing about God. And I mean, heavy metal for Jesus, I mean, please.
It was a way for kids.
It's a way for kids to rebel without rebelling and, you know, conform in a cool, rebellious way.
Or to be in religion, you know? We can communicate through this kind of...
I don't think that... I think if you have something to say, whatever your message is, whatever forum you use to say it, I think is a perfectly valid forum to do it. And just because they dress like bees doesn't mean... I'm not going to say they're not stupid or bad. I just don't think
I'm not your kid. That's all I got to say. If you send me off to a Stryper concert, I'm coming back with you with an assault rifle and I'm 30 and, you know, the rooftop somewhere, you know. If there was somebody out there who was sending a message that I found abhorrent, I would hope that my kids would be intelligent enough and raised enough to think for themselves, and that's what I'd want them to do.
You should check out my band, The Hitlers, because I think you'd really get off on it.
Cool.
Tracy.
You know, whatever turns you on, you know.
Tracy Spencer, what is your second choice?
I can't take anymore.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a show. It's just a show.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, my second choice, I mean, he's, you know, an accused wife beater.
I did not.
Yes, it was you. No, I'm going to say Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
See, but Bobby Brown...
That's kind of supports what I'm saying.
He revolutionized hip-hop, dancing, I think.
Yes.
I find him very mediocre. I'm sorry.
I agree. He's kind of mediocre.
It seems like he's gotten harder,
He
too.
wasn't when I was a
like
kid,
Bobby
man.
Brown
I used to dance to his music.
Oh, I love, yes.
All of our...
Poor kid.
It was just so
but the thing
sad.
is, we're talking about...
I grew up in a different way than you did.
You're talking
It's
about
her
the message that Bobby
prerogative if
Brown
she
Yes,
wants
I
to
mean, that's the thing. I'm talking about the messages that he's sending out to young children, to, you know...
I know, but
you're talking about...
And it's through his life, which is his private life, that he's
which is fine,
sending
but unfortunately, a lot of kids...
Oh, God.
Does he
I
even
really
make
hope
music
that our private
anymore?
lives aren't setting example for kids because I'm so screwed up. I really
I
don't.
can tell, you know, so what I'm saying is
Kids
that
out there-
that's his private life. That's Bobby Brown. That's what he,
Hey, kids,
does.
if you're listening to any of us and listening to our examples of how we live our lives, you're really in a lot of trouble. So just stick to the work we do and ignore us. We're
Ignore
dorks.
what we say and
Michael,
do.
but what is your second choice?
My second choice, to me, sort of epitomize all that is foul and crass in a bad way, and that's Two Live Crew.
And mediocre, yes.
And mediocre.
I cannot support that enough. I mean, not only are they offensive, but they suck.
It's Most Love to Hate. Stay with us.
Started. To me, these people represented all of what is chaotic and anarchic and aggressive about music, and thus, I think, really terrifying parents. Their
Can you
music
say
was...
Tiny Tim? I'm sorry.
How dare you steal my thunder, John
sorry.
Popper?
I'm sorry.
I know.
Their single was banned in their...
Why? Now, were these...
I want to thank each of our fabulous panelists and our studio audience for being here, and of course, you at home.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Glass, somebody paid your wife's bail a little while ago and she was released. You just missed her.
Who paid her bail?
Boyfriend, pimp, who knows?
Pimp.
I don't know how to thank you, Des. I mean, I'm really, really sorry about this.
Consider it my final favor, Susan. I must say you are really living up to your reputation.
Oh, see, no, that's just it, Des. That's it. I'm not who you think I am.
I don't care who you are.
No, I didn't mean it that way. See, it's really getting complicated here because I want to explain this to you. I'm not...
Stay right there. I don't believe it.
God.
I don't believe Victoria would do this.